Welcome back, everyone, to DDT, Doug and Danny Talk. I'm Danny.
I'm Doug.
And we're talking about Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live.
Last shows before Money in the Bank.
That's right, it's the go home. So what was better?
I'm going with SmackDown this week.
Yeah, SmackDown by far.
Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke alone made the decision.
The way the show opened was better than the way Raw opened.
That's true.
Like, just look at all the women.
Yeah, Raw just started off weird.
Yeah, everyone was on top of ladders because that's Vince's favorite thing to do. You had all 4 Raw participants for the men's and women's standing on the ladder like a bunch of jackasses. Kurt's saying something, and then Baron Corbin comes out with a new haircut. He's bald now.
Yeah, you called it.
No, what I called was it was going to be Baron Corbin versus No Way Jose in a hair versus hair match, and that never happened. That would have been the smart thing to do. But no. Baron was like, man, Twitter's mean. Man, I'm going to cut my hair.
Yeah, but you were saying in the last podcast that you wanted him to cut his hair because you hated his hairline.
Well, I did, but I really wanted the hair versus hair match because it would have done something for No Way Jose. It would have given him something because he's never winning a championship.
I mean, I don't understand why they gave him that character. It didn't work with Adam Rose, so why is it going to work for him?
Well, it worked in NXT, that's the thing. Adam Rose was a different character in NXT.
Regardless, the character itself is the same.
I know, but somebody has to be the partier. That's Vince's thing, is he likes the partier. Same thing with Fandango. That was his project, and now Fashion Files is a hit?
Well, they're not doing the Fashion Files anymore. They're just Brizongo.
That is so dumb.
Yeah.
Just do a Fashion Files episode. It fills up TV time.
I guess.
And it's funny.
True. It did get a good laugh week after week with SmackDown.
So Baron comes out. Basically, if Raw doesn't come home with both briefcases, Kurt is personally responsible. And it's going to be viewed as another failure for Kurt Angle.
Which I don't see as his fault.
Not really, because the wrestlers have won the matches.
Exactly.
He didn't.
The matches. He didn't know who was going to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he did, but.
Well, I mean, like, Kevin Owens, like, he's in the match. So, I mean, that's the thing. Kevin Owens lost his match, and then he got his second qualifying match. So
thanks to Stephanie.
Right, and so if he's like stuck in the ladder, and a guy from SmackDown takes it, and he's just kind of staring at him like, you didn't win because you're fat, and then walks away, and then Stephanie's like, he's right, you know. You cost us a briefcase.
Get skinny.
Well, don't get skinny. Just lose some of that bloat. Get a better haircut.
Yeah.
And help Sammy out. Help Sammy.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, so after the ladder conference, it started off with the Fatal 4-Way Women's match. Ember Moon, Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, and Natalya.
Okay. This is what I didn't understand. They go to commercial before this happens, and then they play the entrances like they're coming out from backstage.
Only Alexa, though.
Alexa and Sasha.
Oh, okay.
Because when they came back, Sasha's music was playing. But, like, you were already in the ring!
Yeah, that's dumb.
Why are you going backstage just to come right back out?
Well, I mean, they had to take down the ladders, right?
So?
They had to set up the ring.
Stand outside the ring!
It is a valid point. I don't understand what... But yeah, so in the match, Natalya's knee injury was constant story. She was wearing a tape around her knee on the outside of her pants.
Right. She was cleared to fight, though.
Yes. So yeah, it's just her getting her butt whooped and and her putting on offensive maneuvers while the knee injury is preventing her from adding more.
Right. They did. Alexa definitely focused on her knee.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. So I'm still at a loss whether this injury is real or not.
Oh, it's a work.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I give her credit where credit's due. She's a better actor than Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey.
well, definitely Ronda.
Yeah. Well, no, Nia. Because that feud isn't getting over with her acting ability.
Regardless, like, she's the veteran, so, like, she knows how to act the best.
Yeah.
Um,
There was a spot where Sasha had, I think, Alexa Bliss in backstabber, bank statement. She got to the ropes. She tried doing it a second time. Somebody got to her before it happened. I think that was Natalia. She goes for the sharpshooter. Oh no, she broke up the submission, and then she did the the running on the back thing.
right.
To set up for the drop kick. So it shows the drop kick, but to both Alexa and Sasha.
Right.
And then that got into the sharpshooter.
Yeah. The thing I want to talk about is there was a point where Sasha, I think she did like her hop over the top rope into like double knees.
Yeah.
And then she was on the outside of the apron again,
Mm-hmm.
climbed up the turnbuckle, and literally just like fell. It looked like it was a total accident where she just like tumbled right over, like a somersault right over.
The hell?
It was like a moonsault onto Alexa and Natalia, I think it was.
Okay.
Because they were on the outside, so she just kind of flipped over the turnbuckle. I was like, did she just fall? And then in the replay, it showed like, okay, you land on them. Right after that, it must have been on Natalia, because Alexa was on the other side, actually. Yeah, so it was on Natalia. Sasha gets up, and Ember Moon just does the most powerful suicide dive I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
She physically had to turn sideways for that. I'm just like, holy crap.
She's got a lot of speed.
Oh, she doesn't hold back whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, Natalia got the victory with the sharpshooter.
Yeah, off of the... Ember Moon did the Eclipse, and then I think Alexa Bliss did the DDT.
She did something.
She threw Ember Moon outside the ring.
Right.
And then Natalia, I guess, put her in the sharpshooter, right? Because she got the submission win.
Yeah. Yeah, it had to be it.
Yeah. So yeah, Natalia gets the win. I
think that's good.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's the veteran out of the four of them. So, like, she has the most experience leading into a major pay-per-view.
But out of the four of them, for Raw anyway, she seems like she's the least likely to win, which I think is why they're gonna have her win.
She's not, like, the fan favorite.
Well, okay, she's not Sasha Banks. Alexa Bliss was the most recent champion out of all the Raw women.
Right.
Ember Moon's the hottest new star. And Natalia was drafted from SmackDown.
Natalia's just the veteran.
Well, she's also from SmackDown, too.
Right.
So...
Well, I mean, so was Alexa.
Yeah, but she's been there for a full year. And she was Raw Women's Champion multiple times.
Right, yeah.
It didn't take her long to be Raw Women's Champion either when she first came.
Well, it didn't take Charlotte long to become SmackDown champ.
How long did it take her?
Probably like 2 weeks.
Well, no, because Becky Lynch was SmackDown Women's Champion, and then Naomi...
No, it was Alexa. Alexa beat Becky.
Oh yeah, Alexa beat Becky, and then Naomi then beat her, and then Natalia, and then Charlotte, and then what's her name? Carmel.
Yeah.
God damn. That's a better SmackDown. That's a better women's division than just okay, Sasha, you're going to be champion 2 weeks. And then Charlotte. And then Sasha. Then Charlotte. And then Bayley. Hey, guys.
Nope. Never mind.
No. We went to Alexa Bliss.
Right.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss here. So, should we just predict who's going to... If there was a Raw chick to win, who would be the Raw chick to win?
Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
It's a good question, because, you got so much talent there.
Yeah. Well, who needs it the most? Who could you do the most with it? And if they cashed in, would it be successful? I think Natalia's going to win it.
I can't see her winning it.
I think she'll win it and then cash it in that night and fuck over Ronda, and then that gives her a new feud.
Maybe.
Because they have to make a triple threat match. She doesn't have to pin Ronda. Just pin Nia. That way, you set up either a rematch or make it a triple threat for Extreme Rules.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the thing. Is if they're trying to put off an individual match, or at least a lengthy one for Ronda, it has to be at a pay-per-view with significance. But yeah, Natalia's really the only one I could see winning it. Because Alexa Bliss doesn't need it.
She doesn't need it because she'll just win a month after whoever cashes in.
They don't have any faith in Sasha to have the belt more than 2 weeks, so it doesn't make sense for her to have the briefcase.
No.
And then Ember,
maybe.
she doesn't need it.
No, she's kind of like Alexa Bliss. She can overpower a victory.
Yeah, she's demonstrated that she is that good. She doesn't need the briefcase. Alexa, she can always just find a way to get it.
Charlotte definitely doesn't need it.
On SmackDown. We'll get to SmackDown later. Because we were just talking about Raw.
Okay, for Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of those four, definitely, probably only Natalya, yeah.
Yeah.
Because two of them don't need it, and then...
They don't have faith in Sasha.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So, going after the first match, we see Kevin talking to Finn Balor backstage.
Oh, yeah. He's trying to negotiate with him a temporary truce so that they can go after Braun Strowman. Because essentially, Braun is the greatest threat in that match.
Right.
And Finn's kind of like, I hate you, though.
Finn really didn't seem to be into it at all.
Well, he probably doesn't like olives.
Oh, yeah, he gave him a jar of olives.
Yeah, he gave him a bowl of olives. He's like, it's low calorie. I know you're into that stuff. I mean, I like a pizza.
Clearly.
Well, I mean, 2 pizzas. Slices? No.
Pizzas. How
Get
many whole pizzas do you want?
A tire. A tire of pizzas. Where are you getting these metrics from? Mary? A wheelbarrow
of mayo.
A wheelbarrow? No, a barrel of Cheez-Its.
Okay, so next match was stupid. Breezango versus Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, I mean the burial.
Is that what they're going by?
Well, that's what the... No, I wouldn't call it a burial. No, it's just a squash match. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was literally no contest.
Yeah.
Nothing really good to talk about.
And then the promo afterwards, it feels really... what's the word? Because they were the first ones eliminated from the Battle Royal, it seems counterproductive to put the entire tag team division on notice again.
Yeah.
Because they were eliminated. They didn't lose, but they were eliminated.
But I mean, this matchup was set because Breezango eliminated Dolph.
Right. But it's counterproductive because we already know that this is the path they're on. The promo is unneeded.
No, I agree. Like, I don't know. It was a waste of screen time, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it wasn't that, it would probably have been filled with some stupid interview.
Probably. They really plugged the Money in the Bank network. They did it strong.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was like, we get it. I'm not doing it.
We get it. It's Sunday. It's free. We get it. Stupid Roman interview just stating that he's going to kick Jinder's ass at Money in the Bank.
Well, and that night, because there was a Jinder... Okay, so this is a point of talking about. New Japan Pro Wrestling had their Dominion show, and Chris Jericho is their Intercontinental Champion. And
he looks creepy.
Yeah, Chris Jericho New Japan is he calls himself he's the alpha. So he doesn't give a fuck, essentially. He is full heel. Like if there was a line for like heel to just fuck, he's over that line. He is now in the realm of fuck.
Heel to shit fuck.
Yeah. But then also Kenny Omega, who's also Canadian and co-leader of Bullet Club, is the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. So, and those two matches were insane, especially Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, who was champion for about 2 years, maybe more, maybe 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like...
So they don't change hands that often.
The New Japan belts don't really change that often. Yeah, they give them pretty lengthy title reigns.
Are they, like, fighting every week, or...
Are
they more UFC where they only defend, like, a couple times a year?
Oh, well, title defenses, yeah, it's I think it's less often, probably every other month.
Okay.
And then they have a weekly show in Japan. And then they have the New Japan Dojo in California, and they do shows in America. They just started to, anyway, doing more of them, because they have a U.S. title belt that Kenny Omega was the first champion of. But, so, I saw a post where it was, okay, WWE has to come back from probably one of the best matches of all time in Okada versus Omega. What do they got? Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal!
No.
That's how you counter that. That's pro wrestling versus sports entertainment. That's what it is.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yep.
So after Roman had his interview, it was Roman versus Jinder. So we thought.
Jinder cuts a promo, and then
he starts hinting that he's not going to be the fighter. Your fighter is going from the back room to the ring, and it's going to be great. And the second he said that, like, he's raising his arm up for height, and I'm like, really? Really? Is he going to say Great Khali?
Oh, that would have been great.
I would have loved that.
That would have been so...
And then he literally shit on it. And it's like...
Sunil Singh!
The great Sunil Singh.
Jinder.
So, Superman punch, spear.
That was it. And so, Jinder Mahal could deliver one Colossus.
Yeah.
And leave. No chair, no announce table, no beatdown, just one Colossus.
I'll say this, he is playing a very good character right now. It's annoying, but it's good.
I think Jinder can do good. Just for this feud, and for Monday Night Raw for the past month, it's not that it sucks, it's just boring. Because I can't get invested in something like Jinder Mahal versus Roman Reigns when there's no number one contendership on the line. IC belt isn't in the mix. Universal title isn't in the mix. Neither of them is in the Money in the Bank. What are they fighting for? Like, what does Roman get out of this? Because that's the thing, is he wants Brock Lesnar. He can't get Brock Lesnar, because Stephanie said no. What's he fighting towards? Jinder beating Roman Reigns is a big deal to him. That's why I think he's going to win on Sunday.
Jinder?
Yeah. And it's good, and Chicago is going to pop for it because they're going to boo the shit out of Roman Reigns the second his music hits and the second Jinder wins. It's just boos. Chicago does not like Roman. They don't like WWE for that matter.
It's because they shit on CM Punk.
Well, that.
When they're in Chicago, you're going to hear CM Punk chant.
Oh, they're going to be loud.
They are.
The pre-show panel is going to get it the worst.
Oh. Okay.
The kickoff show is also the tag team title match.
How would you have it in the pre-show?
SmackDown title match.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Bludgeon Brothers and Gallows and Anderson.
But, I mean, the Raw tag team match isn't going to be that great either.
Oh, B-Team's going over.
I swear, if B-Team wins...
They're going to be the undefeated tag team champions, and it's going to be great. And then Bray Wyatt's going to just beat the shit out of Matt Hardy and be like, I want to be a cult leader again. I don't like wearing a butcher's jacket.
Blacksmith apron.
Oh.
Speaking of B-Team, they were in the next match. Facing Heath Slater and Rhino again.
They got the win.
Yeah, I mean, 4-0.
Yeah, and then...
But the match was just so fast. Like, did Rhino even get in the match?
I don't think so.
I don't think he did.
Because that's Heath Slater's finisher. It's Rhino.
Literally.
Rhino drags him to the corner, tags himself in, gore, 1, 2, 3. That's his finish.
Yep.
They need to put that in the next game.
That finisher?
Yeah. It's a quick time event. So, Heath gets the tag team's finisher, and then Rhino comes in, clothesline, drags Heath to the corner, tags himself in, gore. That's Heath Slater's finisher. So it works.
The hot tag finisher.
No. Just okay. He kicks him in the gut, set up the finisher, and it goes to the animation of whatever tag team he's facing. So if it's Gal Anderson, they throw him in the corner. So it's essentially a kamikaze.
Okay.
So they throw him in the corner, Magic Killer, Rhino comes in, double clothesline, drags him in the corner, tags him in, and then gore, 1, 2, 3. That's his finisher. Fucking do the animation for that.
Write your letter.
Right. Dearest formal Vincent Kennedy McMahon and WWE 2K Studios. Dip, 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 dip. Please animate the following. Heath Slater's finisher. Dip, 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 dip. Heath Slater charges his finisher. He is then thrown into the opposing tag team's corner. Dip, 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 dip. He receives the tag team's finisher. Rhino comes in, fucks shit up, drags Heath Slater's still breathing corpse to his corner, tags himself in, dip, 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 and then gore! 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 Sincerely, scratch that out. Sincerely, Danyard.
Oh, DDT.
No, it's just Danyard.
Oh, fine.
You had your chance at a plug. I created the letters, so I get the plug.
Fine.
Make your own damn letters.
It was my idea to do this fucking podcast.
Oh, that's true.
So fuck you.
Whoa.
Anyway, Elias in concert.
Yeah, and he presented his new guitar, which is very nice.
It was so nice.
And essentially, it's going to be, if he's wearing the IC title around his waist, and the guitar's over top of it, you still get to see the belt.
You still got the belt on the guitar.
Yeah. And apparently it was a gift from John Mayer, a hip-hop legend. Oh, coach.
And then Seth comes out and destroys the guitar.
Well, first he comes out and then toys with Elias for a little bit, like I don't know any music, but there's these 3 notes that everybody knows, and then everyone starts yelling, "Burn it down!" and he curb stomps the guitar. Poor Elias had to watch his guitar be murdered in front of him.
He'll come out with a new one.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if Elias will beat Seth.
I can't see it happening. He needs to get a belt on him, but not yet.
So it's June right now. Extreme Rules is in July, and then August is SummerSlam. So as far as I see it, Brock comes back at SummerSlam. It's either Roman, Braun, or Seth.
To fight him?
Yeah.
Or the rumor of Bobby Lashley, which hasn't really had any commotion of.
I think that's out. I think they're going to say Brock versus Lashley at WrestleMania. Because really...
I mean, okay, if the rumor's true, then it can be like Bobby interrupts the match, but that would still make Lesnar champ.
Exactly. Like, don't get me wrong. All I want for Christmas is Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. And for Bobby Lashley to beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar. The fact is, it's either Roman or Braun or Seth. Those 3 are your 3 biggest stars. Lashley's being treated like shit. So unless there's a Fatal 4-Way number 1 contenders match at Extreme Rules featuring those 4 guys, it's going to be down to the 3 of them.
Yeah.
So that's why I think Roman loses, Braun doesn't win Money in the Bank, and Seth loses the title, and they set up something. Give us a goddamn tournament. Give us a tournament, for God's sake, and then have it be like Seth tries to face somebody, something screwy happens, and it ends up being the semifinals is Roman versus Braun, and the other semifinals is Seth versus somebody, and that guy combusts, and then Seth is put immediately in the top, or actually scratch that, Roman's put directly into the top.
Because Roman.
Yeah, and then it's Seth and Braun, and then Roman somehow interferes, and then it's made a triple threat match for Extreme Rules. Winner faces Brock at SummerSlam. Because Seth's the hottest. Seth is so loved by the fans. Braun's booked so strong, and Vince loves Roman.
Yeah.
All Vince wants is to put the Universal title on Roman, but he sees that it's a failure right now. His dream is dying in front of him.
So many viewers if they put that championship on him.
I don't think it's going to matter. Because they put the...
No matter what, Roman's going to be Universal Champion at some point.
I just don't think it's going to affect ratings. Positive or negative. Because that's the problem right now, is he's not... If he wasn't garnering a reaction at all, Vince wouldn't be bothering with him. But the fact he's getting a reaction, which is negative, he still just wants to do what he wants.
I feel if he does become Universal Champion, that's when Vince says, okay, you're no longer going to be the guy, you're going to be heel Roman.
No.
Which is just going to be a complete and utter failure. Because he can't be a heel.
No, he could be a heel. He could absolutely be a heel.
The only time he was a heel was the Shield, and I don't know. He had help for that.
So a point that was made, Stone Cold's podcast, he had a guest on there, he made a really good point. Samoan wrestlers and his family tree, all of them were, for the most part, heels. That's how they were taught to be wrestlers. That's how their mentality was. That's what their characters were. They were heels. There are 3 exceptions. The Rock, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and the Usos. Other than
the
that,
Usos are heels now.
they're kind of tweeners. Because they
So when they first started this gimmick, they were pure heel.
Right, when they first got to SmackDown, yeah, they were heels.
Yeah.
But I think if Roman, because when he's out there, he doesn't care about the people. He just looks at them. Imagine if he started looking at them with a sideways glance like, fuck you. You edit those out, right?
Of course I do.
Okay.
What, you don't listen?
I listen.
Anyway, going back to Raw here. We had Bayley versus Ruby Riott.
I've stopped caring about these matches between the Riot Squad and Sasha and Bayley. Because
frankly, this match wasn't even good. I did not care for it.
I'm just tired of it. I need closure for this whole Bayley-Sasha thing. Like, it's either, okay, Bayley and Sasha versus Riot Squad. 3-on-2. And then they lose, and then Sasha beats up Bayley. Sasha turns heel, and it's those two going into SummerSlam.
The thing about this is, like, even my brother was watching at this point, and he even said that they don't even look like wrestlers.
Who?
The Riot Squad. Like, they're coming to the ring from backstage, and they're showing it on the camera, and they're just, like, trashing the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking Ruby Riott cuts off this guy's tie, and then he's like, ooh, what you gonna do, bitch? But, like, you're coming out to the ring, and, like, you look like a high school goth squad.
They look like they shop at Hot Topic, yes.
Yeah, but, like, be wrestlers.
Well, like, I think Ruby Riott could probably be a better face, because...
No.
I think just because, like...
She would need to change her entire look to be a face.
But also, which one's the brunette? Sarah Logan?
Yeah.
I dislike her the most.
She doesn't do anything.
I don't...
She's just the powerhouse of the group.
Barely the powerhouse. She's kind of like the Baron Corbin of the group. She doesn't really offer anything. She's there.
What Liv Morgan does?
Well, I mean, you know that thing where when they make their entrance and like...
She hops on the rope?
No, when they
Yeah.
slam on the ring and then they back away. The camera's always behind Liz Morgan. But
Liv.
Liv? Live your life. Well, okay. I want to live vicariously through the cameraman who's always situated behind Liv Morgan because it's the best possible angle because, holy hell, pattern of the pants doesn't really leave anything to the imagination. And Paul Heyman has even gone on to say, I'd like Ronda Rousey for specific reasons, but I love Liv Morgan for much different reasons.
The same reasons that you love Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. So yeah, Riot Squad, nobody cares about them.
No. Like, it was cool when Riot Squad debuted. Absolution debuted. They had, like, the same gimmick. Couldn't even tell them apart.
Well, I mean...
And now it's just bullshit.
Well, yeah, they shouldn't have debuted at the same time. Like, literally the same week.
Same week, same gimmick.
Yeah, just 3 chicks beating people up.
3 chicks beating people up. Brunette powerhouse, hot blonde, and a goth.
I don't know if I could call Sonya Deville a brunette.
Dark-haired powerhouse.
I mean,
Let's
she
put it
kind of
that
does
way.
have dark brown hair. I don't know. Never paid attention to her hair color before because I'm terrified of her.
Yeah. Don't fuck with Sonya Deville.
They've also been ignoring Sonya Deville's entrance for a while.
Yeah, they've been using Mandy Rose.
Because strobe lights cause seizures.
Yeah, and she also uses it to, like, punch air, and it's terrifying. Yeah, Ruby wins off a distraction.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that distraction was.
Just Bailey not remembering things.
Sure.
Or Bailey.
And third week in a row, Nia is face to face with Ronda.
I tuned out for that. I was just like, there's no way that I can listen to that.
So...
Okay. So, this was their bright idea for Monday Night Raw. They're going to have Jonathan Coachman in the ring put over Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax's terrible acting. That was the plan. And they thought it was a good idea.
But see, with this, what happened that night?
I do it better.
Thank you. What happened that night? Good for Ronda for putting in that armbar and making Nia tap.
Yeah.
But the bell rang afterwards. The bell rings like she tapped and won a match.
That is strange.
What the hell happened there? Oh, I laughed pretty good at that.
I stand by the statement that Natalya wins Money in the Bank, interferes in this match. Ronda doesn't win. Nia definitely loses. And then maybe they can just go back to Nia being a heel.
Yeah, maybe. She's definitely better as a heel.
Yeah, I don't get this. And change your hair color. I don't like her hair color.
You don't like the highlights?
No. I don't like it. I don't like it when it was fine when she smiled when she was a heel. Like, it was just a small smirk. But this Apollo Crews smile of, I'm always smiling because I'm happy to be here. No. No. Do you want to be part of Titus Worldwide? Because that's how you get a part of Titus Worldwide. You smile so much.
But Dana Brooke doesn't smile.
Yeah, but she's hot.
Yeah, true. Yeah. She just crunches numbers. She doesn't fight.
Well, sometimes. Well, she's there to take the pin.
Yeah. She doesn't fight on behalf of Titus, let's put it that way.
True.
Alright, moving on. No Way Jose versus Kurt Hawkins.
No Way Jose won.
Yeah, but it was funny. Because Jose's out there. He's like, alright, where is it? Come on, you're anxious going, let's fight. Come on, get out here. No? Okay. Tries it again.
Oh, yeah.
Theme song goes, like, okay, he's coming. No? Okay. Ref starts counting as if he's already in the ring and is back. Like, your rules are changing here. Like, you can't start a match without both members being in the ring.
Yeah, they have to ring the bell, too.
Exactly. So he rings the bell before he's even in the ring because no one knows where he is. And he's treating it like he's going to be counted out. But, like, you never officially went in the ring to be counted out. So he starts counting, and all of a sudden you see a member, like, it's in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You just see a guy start walking off camera that was part of the conga line. And I was like, oh, there he is.
There he is.
And he's still fucking lost.
That was his chance.
I thought for sure he was going to win that. And then he fucked it up.
God damn it.
So Kurt Hawkins is now 201 straight losses.
So there is one thing that I remembered when I was at work today. I was thinking about WrestleMania main events and Edge versus Undertaker from 24.
Okay.
Technically speaking, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins
Oh.
were in the main event of WrestleMania.
Because that was the Hell in a Cell match, right?
No. That was the Hell in a Cell match was at the SummerSlam. This was their match because Edge won the Royal Rumble.
Right. I honestly miss that gimmick so much.
What, Edge?
The Edge heads.
Oh, yeah. Well, Edge in particular.
Yeah, I miss Edge.
Yeah. You need an Edge. But yeah, technically speaking, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder were in the main event of WrestleMania 24.
Yeah.
That's as good as it's going to get for them.
10 years ago.
Shit.
Yeah. Alright, now another stupid part of Sami Zayn.
Fucking god damn it.
Sami Zayn still playing off like he doesn't believe a word that Lashley is saying. He didn't believe that he was actually in the army. So what does he do? Makes a military obstacle course around the ring.
Oh, it's not men in dresses.
It's not men in dresses, thank God. It was actually Lashley doing this.
Lashley's physical feats of strength, followed by Sami Zayn hitting him from behind, Luva kick.
But, okay.
But the Sammy's promo to start it, I was like, God damn it. Shut up!
The fact that he said it took him a minute. It takes the army 2 minutes to do that obstacle course.
There's more to it. They just couldn't fit it in the arena.
There'd have to be, and that part alone took Sammy a minute and a half, he said. But I guess that is because he.
Oh, that's a work.
He's playing off his damaged hand.
Mm.
It's like, yeah, okay. Lashley does the course in 40 seconds.
Yeah, it was like 45 seconds, yeah. Because once he rang the bell, I think that was when it was over.
Yeah, but the first bell he rang was at like 40 seconds, and then he rang the other one at 42.
And then he hit the ground.
At 45.
Yeah.
And then he was hit from behind. Super stupid.
I just want the match between Sammy and Bobby Lashley to end in 30 seconds.
Please.
Just clothesline from hell, Dominator, 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Yeah.
But then, okay, Bobby Lashley versus who next?
Exactly. Like, not much else.
Gender?
No.
Because that's the thing is, if they do my theory of triple threat, Braun, Roman, Seth, Jinder needs someone to face. Put in Bobby Lashley.
But, like, as of right now, there isn't...
Kevin Owens.
There hasn't been anyone for him to fight against. Like, he's just been doing this thing with Sami Zayn the last month.
There's not many heels.
No, there isn't.
Well, not top heels.
There's just no one for him to fight. Because he's not bumping in with anyone.
True.
Like, he's not gonna just magically, boom, Kevin Owens.
He was feuding with Elias for a little bit.
And then the Sammy bullshit started.
Well, yeah, first Elias, and then him and Braun were tagging together, and then Sammy.
Yeah. But anyway, going on to the main event.
It was oh, yeah.
Four-way.
So, also during the show, Kevin Owens went to Bobby Roode.
Right, he went to every member.
Besides Braun.
Yeah.
And
tried to get everyone to go against Braun.
Which is exactly what happened. They attacked him with ladders, and then...
Because it's fatal four-way, no disqualification.
Right, and then they take Braun to the announce table, set up a ladder, Finn and Bobby Roode hold the ladder, and then Kevin Owens does a frog splash through Braun, through the table, and then becomes a triple threat. And Braun survives.
Well, of course he survives.
Oh, yeah, Braun Strowman.
If he can survive getting 12 chairs crashing on top of him during TLC last year.
Happened at TLC?
I think it was TLC.
I think you're confusing that with when John Cena faced Wade Barrett and he pulled that rack of chairs on him and literally buried him.
Kane did the same thing to Braun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at TLC, the match, he literally, he was already, through the top of the ramp stage, and he's pulls 12 racks of chairs down.
Was that the dumpster?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the 5-on-3.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Where Kurt got in there because Roman got the mumps.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, Braun survives, and then Bobby Roode hits him with a glorious DDT, and then Finn hits him with a coup de grace, and then Kevin Owens hits him with a frog splash. He kicks out, and then power slams Kevin Owens on top of a ladder. But Finn almost got the pin for the second week in a row facing Braun Strowman. He almost got the pin, but Kevin Owens swooped in and took it from him.
Of course he did.
That's what I think is going to happen at WrestleMania. It's going to be Finn versus Braun, and Finn finally beats Braun.
Maybe.
And if it's for the Universal title, put Demon Balor in there, and he beats Braun.
Yeah. Now, with Kevin Owens getting the victory.
Oh, that's really good. Put in there. Instead of a triple threat, put Finn in there.
Maybe.
Pretty much everybody but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley and Jinder Mahal.
A lot of people.
There's not much left. Oh my god. Their show is mid-carders.
It literally is.
Mid-carders and tag teams.
You have no top members.
Well, I mean, once Jason Jordan and Dean Ambrose come back.
You're putting Jason Jordan in the top card?
He was technically feuding with Roman, Seth.
It's because he was tag team partners
Seth, Cesaro, and Sheamus.
He was only a top card because he was tag team partners with Seth.
But he's a good wrestler.
Sure.
So, he's got to... Once they finally admit that he's not Kurt Angle's son, then he can be heel and have a feud with Chad Gable, who Kurt likes, because every time they're in the same room together, they just look at each other and smile and like, okay. Hey, you're a good wrestler. You're a good wrestler. You're cool. You're cool. And they could have done the... Oh my god.
Calm down. This literally just popped in my head. This gimmick with Sami Zayn doing it to Lashley, they could have used that on Jason Jordan. Didn't believe he was his son, revealed it. Much better.
Yeah.
Would have worked so much better than this bullshit.
I was going to say, though, all the father-son sports things I've said on this podcast before, all of a sudden Chad Gable and Kurt wrestle, and then Gable takes down Kurt, and he's like, "You gotta get a world title shot now!" He's like, "Damn it!" No. Vince is slapping so hard in the background, and it's like, "This is live, Vince. I don't care. That was hilarious. Give him the belt."
Alright, moving on to SmackDown.
Yay!
Much better start.
Oh god, yeah, the women's summit.
Yeah.
So Paige is out there looking fine as hell.
Paige,
yeah. Not now, Paige! Oh, wait.
Wait, yeah, go.
Yeah, you
continue.
Start the show. So she's out there with Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Lana, and Naomi. So 5 of them are going back and forth on, okay, you guys are the top women on SmackDown. You guys earned your spots. And I hope you guys take the briefcase to SmackDown.
And then each individual fighter is saying, well, it's going to be me that brings it home.
Yeah, they're presenting their case. So, first Naomi, she said, I won the first ever Women's Battle Royal WrestleMania, and I wish somebody just yelled out, yes, on the pre-show. And then Lana was like, maybe if you brought that intensity last week, you could have won the dance-off. I was just like, bitch.
Damn.
Somebody pauses the broadcast and like those sunglasses drop down on Lana. And then Charlotte and Becky start going at each other because Becky was the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion.
Charlotte's been the best SmackDown Women's Champion.
Well, Charlotte was saying she went from NXT Women's Champion to Divas Champion, Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion. And technically, actually not technically, she did. She broke off the streak and defeated the first ever Women's Royal Rumble winner.
That is true.
Becky was saying that she was the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion, and there's something else. She did something else. There were two things. Oh, she was the first woman drafted to SmackDown.
Right.
She's been a mainstay of SmackDown since the draft happened, and she's saying, I'm tired of I want to be I am.
I is.
Oh, that would have been great.
I want to be I is.
But then the Iconics show up, and it's just sold me on the show. I was like, this is better than anything I just saw on Raw. Because the Iconics come out, and they take a shot at every last one of them. And my favorite one was when they attack Naomi, and they're like, and they start dancing. And I was like, that's great. They made fun of Charlotte. They were like, I'm a big baby. Instead of going, where I go, woo. Oh, and then Absolution comes out.
Basically just taking shots at Paige and saying that the talent that's outside the ring, meaning Absolution and the Iconics, has more talent than who's in the ring, which is the 4 women for Money in the Bank.
Yeah. And then they kind of all look at each other, and Becky Lynch does what the Iconics did to set up the dance-off. 5, 6, 7, 8, and they just beat the shit out of each other.
Yep, nice women's brawl outside the ring.
Oh man, that was great.
Which set up the main event of the night.
So then, like, the announce team's going over the card. So let's go over the card. So the main event was announced. It's going to be 8-woman tag match between the women that are in the Money in the Bank ladder match and the women that aren't. And then they added,
like, that's literally all their roster, basically.
Look at all the women!
Like, that's their entire women's roster right there.
Yeah, and then Daniel Bryan versus Shelton Benjamin, first time ever WWE. Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura, first time in the WWE.
Rusev versus Samoa Joe.
First time ever, and I was just like, oh my god, this is all I wanted. I wanted Big E to be in that match, but I'm cool with this.
Like, this card just stood out.
And then, so Paige is walking backstage after the 8-woman tag match was announced, sees Asuka, and she's like, hey Asuka, Paige here. And she's like, I want Carmella tonight. And she's like, alright,
I gave you her last week.
10-woman tag now?
Okay.
And she's like, great.
Even better.
Great. I can just walk away. I can walk away now. God, she is hot. Jesus Christ.
Keep it in your pants, Danny.
And then, Miz shows up.
Oh,
Miz shows up in a referee outfit with his Miz Fu bandana. And he's, like, doing, like, method acting.
I don't know why he wanted to be... Okay, he goes to Paige and wants to be the referee.
No, Paige goes to him, seeing him talking to himself, and she's like, what are you doing? Practice acting, rehearsing. Fuck.
So basically, he is now the guest referee for the Rusev Samoa Joe match.
So basically, he wanted it, and then Paige is like, "You just want it to screw with your opponents." He's like, "Paige,
Never.
I would never do such a thing." When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut, and I was like, even Miz was like, "What? You."
Like during that whole time, he's like, "I would never." Yes, you would, Miz.
And then she gives it to him anyway. And then, yeah, it was a special guest referee in the Rusev Samoa Joe match. And I was just like, God damn it, this card is good.
Like, they could have had a complete shit show.
It'd be better than Raw.
It would be better than Raw. The match alone of Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke made this match. Made
that
it
night
the better night.
Well, like the Shelton Benjamin Daniel Bryan match, I had a stream that had that still had the match with the commercials.
Right.
So I got to see everything during the commercials. So Daniel Bryan takes the dive outside, and then so everything after when he lifts him up and he dropped him on his knee on top of the announce table.
Yeah.
Basically, him working the knee during the entire commercial break.
That's what I didn't like.
Yeah, they put a commercial break in the middle of Daniel Bryan's match. Literally one of the biggest stars of your company.
Yeah, like, the match itself was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But what I didn't like is, like, it all became about lower body and legs.
Well, yeah, targeting the leg, yeah.
Like, eventually Daniel Bryan starts injuring Shelton Benjamin's leg.
Yeah, setting up a heel hook.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I just wasn't into it that much. As much as I love Daniel Bryan and the matches he puts on.
Did you have a kind of screen that I had when you saw it, the
I
match during the commercial?
watch it on Sportsnet 360.
Oh, okay, right.
So I don't get to watch during commercial.
Yeah, it depends on the server if you're doing live streams.
Yeah.
And I got to see it, and I was like, it was 5 minutes. 5 minutes worth of commercials in just that match. I was like, this is unacceptable.
Yeah, that's what they do.
I liked that match, and I liked the finish. I like Daniel Bryan versus Shelton Benjamin. I think there is something there. I think if they face each other again, like after the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I can see them fighting again. I'm just, again, like, it wasn't as interesting as it could be.
Yeah.
Because it was nothing but going after the knees once. Oh, hey. It hurt him.
What if the women's tag, the 10-woman tag that was just made, wasn't the main event? Out of all those matches, what could have been? What did you think was the main event
of SmackDown?
Yeah,
I easily could have thought it was Samoa Joe and Rusev.
Yeah.
Or it even could have been Daniel Bryan and Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, like
I saw that as the first match. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You're putting Daniel Bryan in the first match.
Yeah.
I mean, good to start the show.
But like, yeah. Daniel Bryan wins the heel hook, but like, yeah, I would have expected it to be Rusev and Samoa Joe main event.
Yeah.
But goddamn.
Because you have the special guest referee.
Yeah, that just made it a bigger deal. Those are 3 of the 4 men from SmackDown.
In the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, I don't know what their thoughts was, but regardless, every match was amazing.
Yeah.
After that match, we had the returning Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah, because they were in Memphis.
And it's like,
so they did another thing. So when they were in Memphis last, it was when Daniel Bryan occupied Raw.
Right.
And they in the Yes Movement. And so they showed that before his match. And then Jerry Lawler comes out and they have him in a weird spot doing his interview segment. And like...
Yeah, he's at the top of the ramp.
Yeah.
Facing away from the ring.
Yeah. To the left. And I'm
like literally where the announcer's table of Raw would be.
Yes.
And he's interviewing AJ Styles.
So before he gets to AJ Styles, he was a little bit taken off. He started out slow.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, he's old. He probably doesn't want another heart attack. And it's live.
He's a legend, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he interviews AJ Styles. Basically, AJ...
wanting to know why he slapped Shinsuke last week.
Yeah, and that great segment. Oh my god. The package they put together for the AJ Shinsuke feud, I was just like, this is great.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe if my fucking stream would speed up a little bit. But like, and then AJ says, I am sorry I hit him. I wish I hit him harder. I wish I knocked him out.
Yeah. Like.
And Lawler was like, that's my boy. Good old Southern boy.
Yeah.
Hit him as hard as you hit the beers, son.
All good. And after that, we had the Rusev Samoa Joe fight.
Yeah.
With Miz as the guest referee.
Yeah. I thought Miz had a different theme song for a second.
Same.
It went a little, I guess maybe his entrance dragged on. Well, and then before commercial, he's talking to Rudy Charles, I think, and he's like, alright, so they can't touch me. They cannot touch you, but I can touch them. Well, there's some lines, there's some cross. But I can do whatever I want. It's like, well, yeah, within reason, but I can touch them. It's like, where do you want to touch him, Miz? Is that the thing? Is that what you're going for? No. No.
Right, I forgot about that. Okay. What started this match? Just...
What?
The things you notice, like, the bell rings, but it rang, and then Miz called for the bell. I'm just like, way to go, Miz. Off to a great start.
Samoa Joe got a haircut.
He did.
I don't like it.
No.
It looks like the people that shaved Baron Corbin's head got drunk that night and were just like doing the jackass prank. They just walked behind people and go,
Yeah.
and then Samoa Joe killed them and was like, fuck, it's not even.
There we go.
Just cut the back part off. Or make it a full look.
Do it like how Cena has it, where it's basically nothing on the sides and back and just starting at the top.
Right. But do you really want to be like Cena?
Well, I mean, he was at an elite level for...
But I think
elite level for 10 years.
But I think he also does that because he has a bald spot.
Well, it didn't stop him from growing it out over the last year and a half.
Movie for Bumblebee. Yeah, I didn't like him with longer hair.
No.
Cena, he's too old to have that.
Yeah,
that
it
haircut.
worked when he debuted when he was like 21.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
But yeah, Rusev, Samoa Joe just kick the shit out of each other. These two hosses.
The suicide dive by Joe.
Oh yeah.
Right into the announce table too. Like, oh my god.
They really wanted to destroy that announce table.
Yeah. And then a giant clothesline by Joe right after.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing Rusev around, basically.
Miz is just like, I shouldn't be here.
I need to study.
I have to. I want to. Paige, can I referee the women's match? Because this is scaring me. I forgot how big Samoa Joe was. Yeah. And Rusev is thick.
So what happens though? Like, I didn't even see exactly what happened. Joe, like, I think, okay, Aiden was on the apron to, like, distract.
Oh, no, that was what it was. So, Rusev was in the corner, and Miz did something. He was in the way, checking up on him. Joe goes for the clothesline. He clotheslines. Rusev goes out of the way, clotheslines Miz, and, oh, that's what it was. Rusev was in the corner. Aiden was on the turnbuckle distracting Miz, which made him in the way of the clothesline.
Right.
So he clotheslines Miz, and then does that jumping kick.
Oh my god.
And kills Aiden English. And then Miz is just like, you had to clothesline me! You clothesline me! I'm the referee! And he grabs his hand, starts twisting it, and
No, he does that because, like, Joe goes for the pin, but Miz is
yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah,
you just hit me.
You hit me. You're a jerk. And then Rusev Moshka kicks him. 1, 2, 3. Rusev beats Samoa Joe. And I was like, I'm fine with that.
And then Aiden English gets a ladder.
Yeah, and he's like, climb the ladder. Symbolism.
But before he goes for the briefcase, he fucking nails Samoa Joe.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he has to remind people I'm a heel.
Yeah. So he just grabs the ladder, slams it into Samoa Joe, sets it up underneath the briefcase, starts to climb up, and then, no!
I came to play!
Mine!
And then he climbs the ladder, goes to the announce table,
grabs the briefcase, slams it down in front of Saxton. It's like, what? Read and weep. Saxton opens the briefcase. You won pancakes.
New Day! And the New Day backstage is laughing. But like, oh my god.
Oh, I love how much they're toying with the Miz. It's so good.
Oh my god. Yeah, if there was a New Day Miz feud for the rest of the year, I think I'd be fine with that.
Yep. They change up new ways how they mess with them every month.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So with that being said, who? Oh, I don't think we ever did the. Which guy from Raw and which guy from SmackDown could win it for their shows? Because I don't know.
It's either going to be Joe, who doesn't need it.
I think he kind of needs it.
I don't think he does.
Because the thing is,
he's such a powerhouse.
Yeah, but
he can literally just destroy Braun Strowman. He could destroy Brock Lesnar.
This is a thought I had about the whole money in the briefcase thing. When a face has it, he's going to tell you when he's cashing in. When a heel has it, he blindsides you. But how many times were people actually afraid?
Never.
So if Joe wins it, people are afraid.
Oh, yeah.
So let's say that there's a face-off between Nakamura and AJ Styles following the Last Man Standing match. No matter who wins, and they finally shake hands, but then Joe comes out and he just looks at them, just says puts one hand on AJ, one hand on Nakamura, and it's just like, no matter what happens, I'm gonna be there right beside you all the time, every city, every match. I'm gonna be right there with you in spirit. Open slaps right across the face, walks out. Strike fear. And I know he can strike fear into people because he's Samoa Joe.
Oh, yeah. Every promo he does is just...
It's gold.
Gold.
It's gold, Jerry. Gold!
Go for gold! Alright, best match of the night.
Oh, wait. So, either Joe or who, did you say?
I want to see Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank.
Oh, yeah. It's either, Miz... Or, what the fuck? Oh, I thought Miz and Mrs. That's what I heard.
Mr. and Mrs. Rusev and Lana. I want to see it.
I still think they might go with Big E.
That'll be such...
That's the feud.
Oh my god.
Because Miz didn't know who was going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Now he doesn't know who's going to cash in and win it. Because he wants answers, and that pisses him off. And Paige is like, Paige here... Go out to the ring, fight them again. Dance, puppet, dance! But then on Raw...
That Money in the Bank...
It's the ultimate shit show.
Joe, Big E, Rusev, Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens...
Finn Balor.
I'm just naming the powerhouses here.
Oh, powerhouses is Braun's top shelf powerhouse. Then you got Joe, then Rusev... Big E if he's in the match. Those are your powerhouses.
Exactly.
Kevin Owens isn't even a powerhouse.
He's just big.
He's big. Cannonball! But then on Raw, who wins it on Raw? The men, anyway. This is where I don't know.
I can see Kevin Owens winning it.
Here's the problem. Somebody has to take the belt off Brock.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because if Brock's not on Raw, they can't cash in. So, which means that a face has to win and just say, Brock, be here next week. That's when I'm challenging you. You have to be here.
They would cash in after he...
after retains.
A main event, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Or not main event, a pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view main event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
That's the only way they're going to cash in on him.
Or whoever wins.
Or they blindside him during a Paul Heyman showdown.
Yeah, and just get the belt off him, set their match up for SummerSlam, and then...
disqualification?
Well, no.
Bobby Lashley.
Beat them on Raw, set the title match for SummerSlam, they beat him, send Brock away, and then that's how they do it.
Yeah. Just go away.
I think the men's is going to SmackDown, the women's...
It's too hard to tell.
I want it to be on Becky. I think Becky kind of needs it.
She could win it.
She didn't win the Women's Battle Royal, which was stupid because she needs something. People are forgetting about her. She submitted Charlotte Flair last week. That should be win enough.
Yeah.
That's out of all those women, that's the biggest win.
Yeah.
Unless she submitted Asuka. Those are the two. One beat Asuka, and one just submitted...
Carmella's saying she's better than Charlotte because she's beaten Charlotte twice.
Yeah,
or she's better than Asuka, I should say.
Yeah, Charlotte beat Asuka.
I beat Charlotte twice.
Therefore, I'm better than Asuka.
It's like, that math does not work.
I loved how Byron Saxton was like, you're drinking the Carmella Kool-Aid. And I was like, I wish Phillips was just like, why don't you go badger CM Punk on Twitter for another hour? And then, what's his name? Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Punk lost his fight.
Yeah, I heard that.
But it went to decision. But not because...
But didn't the guy get fired after that?
No, this is what happened. So, first round, Punk won that round. Punk won the first round.
Would you shut up?
Punk won the first round, barely. His nose got broken, so he could barely breathe. And he was sloppy. He's got no discipline to his attacks. It's an amateur versus a professional.
Exactly.
But one of them was a Golden Glove boxer. Same thing as Baron Corbin. So the dude just beats the shit out of CM Punk. He gets him on the ground. He could easily end the fight. And Punk's not doing anything to get him off of him. And Mike Jackson's not doing anything to knock him out. He's just toying with him for 2 rounds. Dana White was so pissed off that the press conference afterwards, he's like, that's it for CM Punk. Mike Jackson, you're a fucking idiot. Because you could have beaten CM Punk inside of 1 round, and we would have said to you, who do you want for your next fight? We would have given you a contract, an opportunity. Because the guy that beat CM Punk the first time, he has gone on, he's an actual good fighter. But this guy's a fucking idiot. And then what's his name? Corey Graves actually went on a Twitter rant to CM Punk.
Really?
Saying he abandoned his friends. He abandoned the wrestling world and some shit like that.
Vince treated him like shit.
Vince gave him a reason to leave.
Exactly.
And then held his royalty checks, causing Punk to sue him. And then the fucking WWE doctor sued him. It was looking for $4 million in damages. Because
after every surgery CM Punk had, brought to you by fucking Ryback half the time.
Half the time Ryback.
He's out of surgery. When can you come back?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like, give me like 4 weeks to at least recover something.
Yeah, give me a month, man. Like, but like, and he won his case, which is great. Not just him, but Colt Cabana, the guy that he was on the podcast with. He was fine, and then they said, Punk, you're not guilty, and then the two of them were just like, oh my god, it's finally fucking over. So, like, now he can move on.
Exactly. Like, if he didn't win, that would be ridiculous.
They tried to settle for $400,000, which Punk could have afforded.
As opposed to $4 million.
Yeah, they tried to settle out of court.
I want $4 million. Here's $400,000.
Well, no, they tried to do
not even $500,000.
Okay, but it's not Punk winning $4 million. It's the WWE doctor who's suing them. And because it has gone on for such a long time, they finally got into court for like 2 weeks. They were in court and listening to the podcast. He was like, I want $1 per view, and it got to $4 million. He's like, give me $4 million.
Nice.
And he's like, no, fuck you. He didn't do anything wrong. He went on a podcast and talked about his experiences in WWE and how you didn't treat him for a staph infection. And then when he left WWE, he went to a doctor who did, and he didn't document prescribing him a Z-Pack, and he didn't document a concussion. So, like, the dude fucked up.
Yeah,
Punk's done with wrestling.
He's not going back to WWE.
He's not going back to WWE. I don't think he's going to go back to wrestling in general. And his MMA career's over.
Yeah. He got his ass kicked twice. He's done.
Yeah.
But going back to SmackDown.
Yay!
Best match of the night, Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
I was looking forward to this match because I was like, these two just keep going.
Like, I literally have no words to describe this match.
It was really a good meshing of styles, too.
It was. But, like you got a high flyer.
Yeah, and a striker.
Like...
with long legs, like Shinsuke.
Exactly.
Who's just gonna... I like heel Shinsuke because he does use his kicks a lot more in a heelish fashion.
Exactly.
Which makes the matches better.
But, the entire match, it's... You see some big move happen. You think, okay, this has to be it. And then they kick out. And you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, next time it happens, okay, this has to be it. It's going on like half an hour. The match has to be over. Mm-hmm. Nope. Kicks out of that. 45 minutes. This has to be it. Nope. Kicks out again.
Was it 45 minutes? I think it was 15 minutes. It's 2 hours.
I'm just making a point here.
Right, yeah. No, I get it.
You want this match to go on the entire night.
Yeah.
And every time you see the thing, you see a point in time where the match is over.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. Well, it was also, anytime Jeff was trying to do a high offensive maneuver, Shinsuke was countering it with the kicks, setting up his own thing.
Right.
Jeff got the twist of fate, did the swanton, and Shinsuke, using his long legs, hooks the rope, rolls out of the ring, does something... I think Jeff rolled him into the ring, and then Shinsuke did something... Oh, wait, that's what it was. He fucking low-blowed him.
That's it, yeah.
And I was like, oh, come on!
He goes for the dirty low blow.
Because it's no stake for him.
Yeah, like, this match meant nothing to him.
No U.S. title, no finish.
No U.S. title, no AJ Styles, Shinsuke no likey.
So yeah, he did the thing, the back suplex. He does the thing where he just gyrates in the corner, setting up the Kinshasa.
I don't understand it.
He's essentially Cosmo Kramer from Japan.
But the entire time he's in that corner, looks like he's flipping jerking off.
That being said, Who wins Money in the Bank?
Like Styles or Nakamura?
Yeah.
I gotta go with Nakamura. I really think he's gonna win this time.
If they do, it's the debut of Sanity. This is what I want. I want Sanity to debut, attack AJ, Nakamura wins, and Shinsuke is the new leader of Sanity. Because when you said in their promo video, it said Chaos arrived. Shinsuke Nakamura's faction in Japan was called Chaos. It fits. Sanity is his new faction. And he now runs SmackDown going into Mania. It's heel Shinsuke.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah, just do that.
Do it.
Just do it. I'll give you my money. Well, I won't give you my money.
10-woman tag match.
I like the match.
It was a chaotic match.
The largest women's match in SmackDown history.
It was literally heels versus faces.
Yeah. Well, Lana gets cheered, so technically she is a face, but Rusev gets cheered, and he's kind of a heel. Kind of.
Cheers in a different way.
Yeah, because he's such a husky huck.
Yeah.
Hunky, husky.
You got Absolution and Iconics.
I just want that to happen where Rusev is just walking in the ring but like strutting husky, hunky, husky. He's just doing that like really proudly, like as if he won Money in the Bank or he's U.S. champion again. He's just so proud because he's got the beard and nice haircut. Yeah. And he's just so fucking big. He's thick. And he's just big old chest, barrel chest, and he's doing like the thing where he's on his knees and he jumps up on his feet. He does like the things.
Yeah.
he's just like, can't do any of that stuff.
But yeah. Jesus Christ, Danny.
I just gotta talk about Rusev for a second.
Okay.
I just love how like it's the little things with Rusev. Like whenever he smiles, like it's a genuine smile of joy. He's just like I'm
just smile through the beard.
Yeah, and like at Backlash when like Aiden and him interrupt the New Day interrupting Elias.
Right.
And he's like, I wanted to come out here so to interrupt the Booty Boys. And he got tickled by it. It's like, yo, the Booty Boys. The Booty-Os. My face hurts from smiling. And also when Rusev was in the Southpaw regional wrestling, and he almost breaks character in this nonsensical parody where he's like, he can't pronounce Tyler Breeze's character, Mr. McElroy, Mr. McElroy, and then like Chris Jericho's like McElroy, and he almost laughs with the piece of wheat in his mouth, like McElroy, but he's smiling. I was like, oh my god, was this the best take? That had to have been the best take. Because they didn't do it in one.
Oh god, no. With this 10-woman tag match, I found it to be a very chaotic match. And again, faces versus heels with literally Absolution and Iconics with Carmella.
Yeah.
Facing Asuka and the 4 women in Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Who are literally all fan favorite faces.
Yeah.
But yeah, like again, just a very chaotic match going every which way.
Well, like, I'm trying to think, like, who didn't get in the match? Like, Lana got beaten up.
I think everyone got in the match.
Naomi's the only one I can't remember being in the match.
No, she was in it.
Okay. Because, who got beat up the most? I think Becky Lynch got beat up the most.
Yeah.
She was taking the most amount of damage from Absolution and the Iconics, Carmella. Fucking Sonya Deville hit a spear.
Oh my god.
On Becky Lynch.
Who did it better?
Becky or...
Sonya or Charlotte? They both have beautiful spears.
Charlotte has done it more, so I'm going to say Charlotte.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, but like it was just hers was more like a shoulder tackle, like from an offensive lineman, just
yeah, literally. And Charlotte
was more like
match ends with
Charlotte gets in the ring off a hot tag, and then it's her versus Mandy Rose or Carmella. Oh no, it was Mandy Rose, and then the hot tag again after all this chaos.
Right.
Asuka gets a hot tag. Carmella gets a hot tag.
Asuka gets her in the Asuka lock.
After rolling around for a little bit, reversing. Asuka gets the hot tag, and it's her and what's her name? Carmella. And they're rolling around the ring for a little bit. Asuka's trying to get the Asuka lock. She finally gets it, and she submits the women's champion, the main event of SmackDown. And then all the fan favorites are in the ring, and it's, look at all the women!
Yeah, they surround Asuka like they're ready to attack.
But then...
we're going to cash in on you. Nah, we're just kidding. We're all good.
We're all friends.
Friend.
Safe now. We're real friends, not like Nia Jax.
That wraps up this episode of DDT.
Is there any other matches we didn't go over?
No, we got them all.
Yeah, there's no Universal title match. Carmella Asuka, who wins?
Carmella Asuka? I'm going with Asuka.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I just want it off Carmella.
Yeah.
She's not champion worthy.
Yeah. Any other matches that are happening on SmackDown side, I think?
Well, who's gonna win the tag team?
Oh, the tag title matches had Harper and Rowan.
Yeah, they're gonna just
maybe try DQ and then drag the feud out.
I can see it
because they're not getting any TV time. That's the thing. Because once Money in the Bank is over, they can start putting tag team title belts back in circulation.
Yeah.
Because Usos, New Day, Gallows, Anderson, and Chaos, once they show up, that's when all the tag teams have to be kind of on their toes.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt and Matt winning for Raw.
I think B Team. I think you think Seth. I think Elias.
Yeah, is the US even on the line?
No, because Jeff was injured. Jeff was out for a couple of weeks because his knee was bad. They were saying that on commentary. So once he gets cleared, maybe he'll have a match on the kickoff show.
Maybe.
Just kind of fill up the show.
Yeah.
Him and I don't know, Shelton Benjamin. Oh, Daniel Bryan, Big Cass. Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
because fuck Big Cass.
It's definitely going to be a match, though.
I don't think it's going to be a good match.
I don't know.
It's going to be lame. If you're wearing suspenders and a collared shirt, you got a lame.
Alright.
I'm starting to get psychosis over here because it's getting late.
That wraps up this episode of DDT. We're on YouTube and SoundCloud. Tell your family, tell your friends.
Coworkers, strike up a conversation. Tell them you listen to a wrestling podcast, and they'll say, "You fucking idiot." But then they out of curiosity, start listening to it and be like, "Man, this Danny guy's funny."
I like Doug's narration. I'm Doug.
I'm Danny.
Thanks for listening.